Welcome back to the Kiosk Presents. My guest today is Cate Edwards. She is the spokesperson for Count Us, Know Us, Join Us, and the daughter of Elizabeth Edwards and former Senator John Edwards. Cate, welcome to the Kiosk Presents.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
So you're joining us today live from the San Antonio Breast Cancer Symposium?
Yes, that's right. I'm here in San Antonio. I met with some breast cancer advocates last night and have learned a lot, have gotten to share a lot, and have been really inspired.
So how did you get involved with Count Us, Know Us, Join Us? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the Count Us, Know Us, Join Us program is designed to shed a spotlight on the advanced breast cancer community. It's a group that we don't always talk about, and my mom, of course, was diagnosed with advanced breast cancer in 2007, and by virtue of that, I am actually a part of this community. So it was a natural fit, and it's an easy thing for me to talk about because I'm so passionate about recognizing the men and women who are living with advanced breast cancer. And it's not just about recognizing them, which you actually can go to advancedbreastcancercommunity.org to get counted as someone who is supportive of the advanced breast cancer community. But it's also about providing resources for that community, both the patients and the caregivers like myself.
So how does an advanced breast cancer diagnosis differ from the early diagnosis that your mother received?
So my mom was diagnosed originally in 2004 with early stage breast cancer, and excuse me, when she received that diagnosis, our mentality was, let's try to tackle this. Let's throw everything aside and focus on the disease and on getting her cured. With advanced breast cancer, it is a different mentality. She was diagnosed in 2007 with advanced stage breast cancer, and she knew that disease was not curable, but that it was treatable and that she would live with it for the rest of her life. So it's about managing the disease and also about making the most out of whatever days you have left. There's a lot of uncertainty about that, and my mom's mentality was, well, I don't know how many days there are, but I'm going to make all of them count.
How old were you when she was first diagnosed with breast cancer?
That's a good question. I was 22.
Did her diagnosis or dealing with the disease, did that change your relationship at all?
I'd say, if anything, it strengthened it. When she was diagnosed with advanced breast cancer, it did become there was more of a sense of urgency, I suppose, that we make all of our time together really matter, make it really memorable, and do all of the things that she wanted to do. We went to Paris, a girls' trip with my little sister and my mom, and ate at the top of the Eiffel Tower because she knew she wouldn't probably have that opportunity again. So I think if anything, we became closer, and I was very blessed to be able to be with her during that time.
So obviously a breast cancer diagnosis affects the entire family. How did that affect your family when your mom was diagnosed?
Well, advanced breast cancer, it has a way of bringing people together. We all supported one another. I think we're really inspired by my mom's strength and her courage throughout the process, but also garnered a lot of strength and support from one another. It certainly brings you closer.
I do remember your mom being in the public eye and being very, forthcoming about dealing with the disease, and it was amazing to see how strong that she was, even though she was dealing with such a serious disease.
Oh, absolutely. She actually taught us a really important lesson, which was, you don't go in a corner and run away from life when you're faced with something like advanced breast cancer. Instead, you run toward life and you live it to its absolute fullest. And that was a lesson not just in public, but also for her children.
So do you have any other advice for people who are supporting a loved one with breast cancer?
I'd say this. I'd say that a lot of us who are caregivers spend so much time and energy and effort taking care of the patient, of the person that we love that's diagnosed with advanced breast cancer. But the truth is, we actually are faced with the disease ourselves, and we are, we're walking this path with them, and it's a difficult one. So I would encourage anyone who's going through it seek out resources, to seek out help. AdvancedBreastCancerCommunity.org is a hub of resources for caregivers as well as patients. To help you deal with coping, to help you know what are the right questions to ask in a doctor's appointment as a patient advocate, and what do we need to do and think about logistically. I mean, there are a number of resources there, and I would advise anyone who is a caregiver, a loved one of someone going through advanced breast cancer, to go to AdvancedBreastCancerCommunity.org.
Well, Cate Edwards, thank you so much for sharing your story with us here on the Kiosk Presents in Buffalo and Western New York, and for giving us some good information on breast cancer.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.